Alright, so today we talked about the history of Slippery Rock, how it became known as Slippery Rock, the meaning behind the name, the history, and that's not just universal to Slippery Rock. It's in every city, every state, every sports team. Usually has some history behind the name. There's a lot of, while doing research on this, I found out there's a lot of places that just would do a newspaper, submit your best team name, and they would go from that. But there are some that actually involve the history of the state or city where they were. So we're going to do a little game, and this will be one group here, and this will be another group here. So the first one we have is the Los Angeles Dodgers. So I want you guys to get together in your groups and try to figure out why they're known as the Los Angeles Dodgers. If you have a knowledge of baseball, you might know a little bit more because you might know that they moved from somewhere else where they were known as the Dodgers. You don't really, baseball you want to catch it, you don't really want to dodge it, so.
But
Unless it's coming your third base coach.
do you have the answer? What is it? Oh, good guess. Go with it.
Okay, you guys got one? You guys have one? Okay. Alright, you guys first.
Like the city where, like the phrase, the time to get out of Dodge.
Okay, that's a good, playing off English. There we go.
All right, they came from Brooklyn.
Mhm.
I guess it's if you dodge something, but we figured the money was behind it somewhere else.
Well, you're more on the track, so pun intended. Prior to LA, they're known as the Brooklyn Dodgers, and in Brooklyn, as we all know, any big city, you have a lot of population walking on the streets or using trolley cars back in the day. So people would be walking on the street and they would be hit, maimed, or killed by trolley cars, so it's kind of a dark origin for a sports team name. So people that would walk on the street were known as trolley dodgers, so shortened to Dodgers, so it became known as the Dodgers after that. So, next one, Pirates. That's good.
That's what I'm thinking.
There's probably some sort of something that was known as like pirating or something like that.
It's almost because of the modern day when we think of pirating, like stealing something, not that there were pirates on the Monongahela raiding Fort Pitt, so that didn't happen. Sad to know. Alright, so, you guys ready?
They stole a lot of bases.
That's, they do that now.
Like the Irish from the steel industry, stealing a lot of money, making a lot of money.
Better answers.
What it was the Philadelphia Athletics had a player, and they accidentally let him go through a clerical error, and the Pirates immediately claimed him off a waiver wire. So the Philadelphia team would always say, oh, they pirated our player. The Pirates were then known as the Alleghenies. So they say, oh, they pirated our player, but Pittsburgh actually kind of liked the name. So they stuck with it even after that. So that's how they became known as the Pirates. All right, Vikings. All right, you guys have an idea?
I'm gonna
No.
say 'cause it's a team far up north, and Vikings and north.
Close. Getting there.
The ethnicity is very much Norwegian.
Yeah, so if you kind of combine both those answers,
Yeah.
we find out is that the upper Midwest was settled by Scandinavian settlers. So they took that, the Viking, as kind of their symbol, and the GM said it represented both an aggressive person with the will to win and the Nordic tradition of the northern Midwest. Last one, the Eagles, Philadelphia.
Philadelphia was
It's, you would think that it would be something patriotic with that, from the country's origins as a second state in a colonial America, but it's actually from not the rifle NRA, but back in the 30s there was the National Recovery Act. So they took their idea from that, from the emblem for that. So, and that's the lesson for today.